this is Angelina.
Welcome to another episode of Talk 40 to Me.
Woo woo. I feel like you always go whoop whoop.
You guys, I have been waiting for this moment ever since Angelina and I started talking about the podcast. I cannot begin to express the appreciation of the person that is on with us today, because she has genuinely changed my life for the better. And so I would like to introduce you guys to Taylor Stolt. She is a functional medicine dietitian, hormone and gut health expert, founder of the Restore program, an online program that empowers women to take control of their hormones and feel better in their bodies. And Taylor has helped hundreds of women rebalance their hormones naturally so they can enjoy all-day energy, more restful sleep, a mood boost, mental clarity, less bloating, easier periods, improved fertility, and faster metabolism. So I think you guys are going to learn so much on this call. Note that, none of this can substitute one-on-one medical advice. This is really just for information. But I have to say, from personal experience, I did not know what functional medicine was. I didn't know that there was a such thing as a functional medicine dietitian until I went through a health journey on my own. And so I'm just so happy to be able to share my journey, as well as just some little nuggets that maybe you may or may have not heard of before. So with that, Taylor, welcome so much to Talk 40 to Me.
Thank you. I'm like, I don't even know what to say after that intro. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine. Clients thank me all the time, but I'm like, you don't understand how thankful that I am for my clients. I'm like, I am so blessed to do what I do. So thank you for being a client, Brandy.
Oh, well.
And thank you for having me on. So excited
Absolutely.
for this morning.
So Taylor, do you want to tell, I know I kind of gave a little bit of a high level about you. Would you like to share a little bit more about your background, your journey, what's kind of led you into this space, and a little bit more details about your practice?
Yes. My journey, I think like many functional medicine practitioners, started with my own health issues and the lack of answers and solutions in conventional medicine. And I think that it's important to note that there is a time and a place for conventional medicine for sure. But I think a lot of people are realizing the support that they need, the answers they need, they're not finding it in conventional medicine. And that was definitely the case for me. I started to experience some health issues as early as high school. And I saw some conventional medicine doctors, and they spent 2 minutes with me. They're like, "You're fine. You look healthy." They did very basic blood work and sent me on my way. And so I did that I explored conventional medicine for a few years and just was really frustrated with it. And then I heard about functional medicine and looked into it, and it made sense to me. It was like, these practitioners are looking at the body as a whole, and they're looking at different body systems as being connected. And I started to see a functional medicine practitioner, and that was a game changer for me. I realized that I had Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid condition. I realized the power of my diet, became very interested in functional medicine, and decided that was a career that I wanted to pursue. And so I got my undergraduate degree at Texas A&M in nutritional science. I did my dietetic internship, took the national board exam, became a registered dietitian, and then I became certified in functional medicine. And I joined a collaborative practice, which is the time that Brandy met me, where I learned a lot at that practice from a variety of practitioners. So functional medicine was very, very, very helpful for me.
It's, whenever we have a one-on-one, it's almost like a therapy session, because
I get that a lot from clients.
Because we're talking about how much sleep, what kind of stress do you have, what's going on, how's your diet been? And so really looking at the total being and how some of those lifestyle and food choices are affected by everyday stressors, and how to kind of get back on track, which is, I mean,
Definitely.
truthfully, one of my hardest things is like, you get off track so easily, and getting back on track is so difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Couldn't agree more. There's a lot up against us in America, honestly. Like the food is just not as high quality. You can look at a food product in the US versus Europe, and it literally has different ingredients, even though it's the same food product. And we see the same thing with personal care products. There are ingredients that are not allowed in Europe and they are allowed here. The culture is slightly different. We're generally less active. So you're definitely up against a lot. And I think that's why it's so helpful to work with someone like one-on-one or group setting who can help keep you accountable and get you into a rhythm where you're like, yeah, this is my new normal. Sustainability is like so important to me, because you don't want to do something so extreme that you do it for a couple months, you feel great, and then you fall off and you're right back at square one again.
How are our bodies changing? How are our hormones changing?
Mhm.
As you work with clients around our age, is there anything that you found interesting and that we should know or be in tune with as we approach this next decade of our life?
Yeah. I think something that a lot of women entering their 40s are surprised by is that menopause is closer than they thought it would be at that time. Um, Women can enter menopause as early as their 30s. The average age for menopause to
Wow.
be complete, yeah, that's early. I mean, that's not as common, but it's possible. So you can enter it in your 30s. Menopause, by definition, is you have not had a period for a full year. And you're typically like that phase of your life is done at that point. And the average age for that is 51. But the process of going through menopause and making that transition is typically between 7 and 14 years long. So the average age is 51, and it could be as short as 7 years or as long as 14. It's like a lot of women are starting that transition in their 40s.
Wow.
And when you think about preparing for that, a good metaphor for that is like preparing. It's kind of similar to preparing for retirement. It's going to be a more difficult transition. So you're much better off being more proactive, not only addressing your health and being proactive about smoothing out that transition, but also paying attention to fluctuations, not just in your periods, but also in other aspects of hormonal health, including like mood changes, energy changes, changes in your sleep, changes in your focus. Also, like, so if brain fog is becoming a problem, that's a sign that hormones could be shifting. And it's really hard. Everybody has so much going on these days. I totally understand that if your health doesn't feel like a problem, it's going to be hard to put that as a priority. But I would say if you're a woman entering your 40s or you've been in your 40s, I would go ahead and start to put that on a higher pedestal, or just make it a larger priority, because you will be so glad that you did when you are entering menopause, or if you're already, headed that way, you're just going to be glad that you prioritized it.
What
So
does
when you
that
say
mean?
prioritize, yeah,
Oh,
that's my
yeah.
question. Like what exactly specifically should we be doing?
Yeah, yes. I would say I think that blood work is really helpful. Like if you are in your 40s and you have never had like a full-blown blood panel to get like your nutrient levels checked, like vitamin D, take a look at where your sex hormones are at and just see like what's going on internally in your body. I think that that's a really wise thing to do. Find something. It doesn't have to be my program, and it doesn't have to be working with me as a functional medicine practitioner, but some sort of like holistic practitioner who's going to take a look at your situation and explain to you how to support your hormones, not just your sex hormones, but the other 3 types of hormones, because we have 4 types and they're all very connected. So you don't want to it's not like you just do things to support your sex hormones. What you want to do is you want to support your blood sugar hormones, your adrenal hormones, which is like a lot of them have to do with stress levels, your sex hormones, and then your thyroid hormones.
So it seems like you're really focused on women's hormone health. You talk about it on your platforms, but now you're also starting courses and you're having group programs. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So I worked one-on-one with clients for years and I love it, but I did realize, I'm just one person. I'm limited in the number of people that I can see. And I did notice that over the course of that time working with clients one-on-one, I was saying a lot of the same things, recommending a lot of the same things over and over and over again. No matter what the blood work showed, no matter what the nutrient levels looked like, we still had to focus on certain foundational principles in order to support gut health or hormone health. No matter the symptom they were coming in with, these were the things that we had to address. Blood sugar balance has been so huge for all the women I've worked with. Supporting inflammation, so lowering inflammation levels has been huge, and supporting adrenal health. So things that women are doing in the morning, things women are doing in the evening, and that's going to support, good energy levels, good, like great mood, good sleep, which can snowball one direction or the other. It's like if energy's bad and sleep is bad, it just gets worse and worse. So that was another big thing. So I took a step back and I was like, okay, what are the things that I talk with women about over and over again? What are really the foundations of hormonal health? And how can I address that in a group format so that I can work with more women and also create a community? Because something that was big for me when I was going through my health journey, and something that a lot of women have told me as they've gone through theirs, is that like they felt very alone. And they appreciated working with me because they're like, I can talk to you, but it was still challenging. It's so much easier doing something hard and making changes with another person, whether it's a spouse or a friend, or maybe a practitioner working with them one-on-one. And so I wanted to create community in that as well. And I started my group program earlier this year. I took all those key principles, put them into video format and recorded those. And so there's not only videos of me speaking, which is pretty dang close to seeing me one-on-one in a Zoom call, but there's also a lot of very helpful practical resources too. So I'm very big on education. Brandy, you've mentioned this a few times, like you feel empowered by understanding your body, understanding how it works, understanding how to support it. And so that is very big in the program. I don't want a woman to like feel better during it and then fall off after. I want to give them education and tools and resources to understand how their body works, how to support it, and how to feel good now, as well as some women are, in their early 30s in the program, some are in their 50s. It's like, no matter the life stage, these things apply. And you can continue to apply these principles for the rest of your life and not only feel good now, but smooth out that transition into menopause, and feel good no matter what life looks like. And that is what the program is all about. They also in the program get access to me because I didn't want the program to be, I've seen some programs where you're kind of on your own. It's like, here's the videos, like good luck. And I didn't want that. I wanted it to be more of a hybrid model, and I wanted to walk women through the transformation process. So there are a lot of videos, but they also have the ability to access me through a Zoom call every week that we do as a group, and then through a Facebook page too, so that I can answer their questions and we can talk about things and support each other. So it's on the newer side as of right now, but so far I've gotten a lot of really great feedback, and more importantly, women are seeing changes, and it's been really cool, and I'm really excited about it.
Taylor, this has been such a great talk. I learned a lot. As I said before, I'm coming back for you. So I hope everyone really enjoyed this conversation. If you want to follow Taylor, which you should, she is on Instagram at Plate and Canvas, also online, plateandcanvas.com. And in our show notes, we have all the things linked that we chatted about today. And we hope that this was helpful. And, we can go into this next chapter of our lives well-informed and prepared.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Really from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you for having me.